Just alright, check this out. I just discovered this on accident a few minutes ago, and I think it's really cool. Now, as you can see, this object is flying around and navigating and interacting with the objects in the environment. Now, what you probably don't know is that these objects are actually made up of many objects, or I should say multiple geometric constructs. What you see here is a building frame, but it's actually two objects, and that is first the visual geometry, and then below that there's an invisible layer of geometry that you don't see, which is the physics shape, and that allows my avatar to interact. In other words, without that physics shape I wouldn't be able to enter the structure, and also because of that physics shape I can't walk through this hole in the wall because it's actually not there, even though it looks like there's a hole there. It's actually a solid wall. And I've always thought that it would be really useful if you could just view the physics shapes instead of the geometry, because occasionally it's really useful as far as troubleshooting, because sometimes objects have trouble interacting because there's a problem with the physics shape, or it's not exactly articulated properly. So there's actually a way to do that, and I just discovered that today. So first you want to bring up the advanced menu, and that's Control-Alt-D, and that activates this menu here. And then you go down to the bottom of that and go to Show Develop menu, or you can just do Control-Alt-Q if you want to take a shortcut. So then from within the Develop menu you go down to Render Metadata, and then you go down to your physics shapes, and there you go. You can actually see the physics data overlaid on top of the regular geometry. So now you can actually see why my avatar can't go through that hole in the wall, because there's actually a solid wall there. And it's kind of neat too, because this is data that the mesh builders don't usually worry too much about, because it's going to be invisible to the end user. So as you can see, I was a little bit sloppy here with my frame, and I didn't articulate these perfectly, but there's actually a reason for that, because the physics data counts against the land impact. So the simpler your physics shapes are, it actually can lower your land impact. So anyway, it's just kind of a cool thing you can do. You can basically peek and see exactly what the mesh builders are up to. And it's also useful for troubleshooting, as I stated before. I think mainly it's just really cool because it's like you can see the world in a whole new way without having to really run any crazy filters or anything like that. So yeah, anyway, cool feature. Just thought you guys would like to know, especially my fellow mesh builders.